I'm my own worst critic. It's so sad. I know it, but I want to show you what stress did to my hair. I think I don't really care about these things. I'm definitely my own worst critic. I'm sure many women can relate. I'm extremely hard on myself. And sometimes I have to step back and be like, whoa, you're really mean. Which means it's probably time to see my therapist immediately. People, please go see a therapist. I told you I joined a scaling program. And again, I'm so hard on myself because I have huge imposter syndrome. We're like a group of, I don't know, 60 agency owners. The majority of them are men. I think I can recognize maybe 3 names who are women. So that says a lot. And in the agency landscape, especially today, people are extremely young. So I have huge imposter syndrome, and then I have to shake it off immediately and remember why I'm here and remember everything I've accomplished. So obviously this made me think of the last 4 years, the start of my entrepreneurial journey. This will annoy me because the light is so nice. But anywho, so for this growth program, it's kind of a coaching support network, and they do an audit of your agency. So I'm sharing this story because for that, I had to write down what happened in details from year 1 to now. And when I put it on paper, I was like, holy shit, I went through so much and I don't give myself enough credit for it. So just very quickly, in 2022, Ampersand was launched, I guess. It was a side business. We were 3 partners and we all had full-time jobs. So Ampersand was just a side gig. And one by one, we quit our full-time jobs to do Ampersand full-time. In year 2, we grew extremely fast and we were not set up to be this big, this fast. There was 0 systems in place. I think I can just speak for myself, but I went into it very naively, which was a big, big lesson. But that's how you learn, right? Sometimes you have to learn the hard way. So obviously we grow extremely fast. We go from 3 people to 9 people. We almost hit $1 million in revenue. It was crazy growth. But again, if you're not set up properly for that growth, it's gonna crumble. That's just a reality. And that was a harsh lesson. So because of that, obviously there's friction that's starting to happen already internally with the partnership. The 3rd year, one partner is out. I won't go into details yet, but the legal battle of that situation, anyways, I'll stop right there. So that happened in year 3, and I buy out the 2nd partner. That ended amicably, but I don't think people understand how much that cost me. We were this close to go bankrupt. And just like there's a buyout situation that's really hard, but then there's lawyer fees, there's accounting fees, there's all these tremendous costs associated to that situation. So any financial stress is obviously really hard, but I survived, and I'm honestly like, yes, it was really hard, but I'm really grateful that happened early on. And if I can give one piece of advice, that was the biggest mistake of my career and the most costly one. You can't just go into a business partnership naively. That's what I did, and I had to learn the brutal way. So that's year 3, and year 4 was literally to like, there was so many fires every single second. It was really trying to survive. So that's why I say the 2 last years were so hard, because it was survival mode. But anyways, I'm sharing all of this because when I put that on paper, I was like, holy shit, I need to give myself the biggest hug. I need to give myself a tap on the back. And I think an entrepreneurship journey is lonely. You do meet some incredible people that are going to support you and help you through it. People who've been there and understand it. But I personally feel that it's still lonely in the sense that if you haven't gone through it, you don't understand it. But I was like, if I went through that and I was able to survive that, that's why I said then nothing is scary anymore, right? I wanted to share that because just as a reminder to be kind to yourself, or to remember your place, or remember that you belong, or remember that you deserve success, or all the things you want. And it links back to me having imposter syndrome during those calls. And then I have to shake myself and be like, remember who you are, and not just my entrepreneurial journey. I have a very interesting background, and I need to be proud of that. And I think social media is just a facade. It's a perception of things. And what happens is that two things. It can be very easy to judge people without knowing anything of their story. And when you're in a very small town, people talk. So rumors spread, and then it just gets so messy. I guess just remind yourself that no one knows your story. So I just care about my friend's perception, my family, my boyfriend, the people who really know me, because only they know. And then another thing that social media can do is you compare yourself a lot, right? And I'll just take myself as an example, but I compare myself a lot to people, which is terrible. And I really need to put strict boundaries with social media, because I always want to benchmark myself with the best. But what that does is, why am I not at this point in my career? Why am I not at this place in life at almost 35? But again, that's just perception, right? And you don't know. We never know what someone else is going through. And I guess that I want to share that because I do work in social media, and I understand how social media can have a really negative impact on people's mental health. You're like, why is this young woman just traveling the world and having the most amazing lifestyle, and you're just trying to make ends meet, but you don't know the story, right? It can be anything. Like, that person can be in debt, that person can be super lonely. It's important to give compassion, and I guess I'm yapping, but give compassion to others. Make sure to not judge people too quickly. That's another thing, and maybe I'm like, now my scattered brain is going crazy, but I wish people would ask why more often, or how more often. Anyways, I think that I'm gonna do a separate reel for that, because there's so many ideas that is stirring in my brain right now. But I'm gonna end on this note. If you have grit and you believe in yourself, and you have this gut feeling that whatever you want to accomplish, you have to hold on to that. And yes, it might be lonely, but just know that I think that a lot more people than we realize feel this way. So I think also I want to be really real on here. I love when people ask, how did you get here? What happened? Because again, social media can just seem so wow, and oh my god, how are these people accomplishing XXX, right? But just a little Friday yap. I wish you all a lovely weekend, and it's Love Day. So for those who celebrate, happy Love Day. And if not, why not shred a photo of your eggs? Ciao for now.